Hi, in this hopefully quick, less than 10-minute tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a time lapse using Photoshop. Right, I'm just going to quickly go into my bridge. Now, I'm looking at a slightly different screen from you, so if there's a little bit of lag or latency, I'll try and keep checking in with the YouTube page and just make sure that I'm seeing any questions. So, what you need to do for your time lapse is gather all your images in one folder. You can see this was on the hotel room in Amsterdam. It's been raining. Went back inside after it and did a little bit time lapse just to kill some time while we got dried off. So you can see the sequence, the numbers, it starts at 0, 1. Go all the way down to the end, and you'll see it goes all the way through to 864. Sorry, 611. These are ones I've already made. We can delete them or overwrite them. And once you've got your folder full of images, if you have a look at this first one here, you can see it's a bit bright up here, blown out in fact. And if we go way down to here, you see that's not the case. You have to make a choice yourself what you want to do. I've tried to predict that there was going to be some blowout, so I've got the settings set at such a bit that we kind of allowed for it. So hopefully it's not too blown out here and it's not too dark down here. Or you can see it does get quite dark, but that's the sun that was poking through the clouds after the rain. So what you want to do is open Photoshop. Now just quickly switch screens to Photoshop. Whoa, who's that handsome guy? So we're going to Photoshop. And in Photoshop, sorry, I'm just making sure I'm sharing the same screen as you because I'm not seeing the same as what I'm broadcasting. So we'll just click on that. That's Bridge. Come back to the Hangouts. I was going to do this via YouTube Direct, but it's so lagging that it didn't kind of work. So I've decided to do it through Hangouts, which is going to become the standard for YouTube. So here we are in Photoshop. And what you want to do first is open a new document. So File, New. And I've already got this set up, but generally your default will be either US paper or international paper or photo or whatever. Come down here is where it says film and video. You probably never used it before, but film and video. And I'm setting my width for 1920 by 1080, normal HD TV standards. There is a few presets in there. Drag one of them down. HD TV works absolutely perfect. It doesn't matter too much about the background color or anything like that. You don't actually need this. It's just to give you your frame size, etc. And you want to come down. I like to make this a little bit narrower. Don't need to see all that as it's kind of taking place. So you want to come here where it says create video timeline. You've only got two options. And frame animation, that would be if you're making a GIF or video timeline. So I'm going to create a video timeline. Click on it. And that's the first part of your process done. Now you're going to add images there. So you go to File. So we go Layer, Layer, Video Layers, New Video Layer from File. So it's Layer, Video Layer, and New Video Layer from File, and click OK. Browse to your folder that contains your time-lapse images. All you need to do is make sure that they are all sequentially numbered. If you delete one from the middle, then Photoshop will only go as far as the first image up to the break in the sequence of numbers. So make sure all your photos are in there, they're all sequentially numbered, and you only need to click on the first one. So I'm going to click on this one, it says 001, and Photoshop will work it out that the rest of the sequence needs to be imported, and it'll ignore the last two files here that are MP4s. It just knows. So click open, and straight off the bat you'll see that this image is far too big. So Control and T, bring up the transform tool. Yep, you need to click convert. Control minus will reduce the size of that. And if you hold Alt and Shift key, reduce the image to fit inside the layers you create. Control and 0 bring it back up to decent size. So the little, you can barely see it, but the little marker here is now right smack bang in the middle. If I wanted to turn that, I can. It's turning right from the middle. And I'm just going to drag out to the corners. We're going to chop a little bit off, but for me, I want to keep this tunnel here, that tunnel here, and they're the most important to keep inside the image. So just going to drag them now. And you can see that's us pretty much went full screen, and I was definitely going to be losing it. So I'm just going to drag them wide now. So it doesn't really matter too much. If this was people in your image, you wouldn't want to distort them in such a way. So somebody's not looking very good if you stretch their face really wide. But on the other hand, some people may benefit from that. So stretch it to fit your screen if you need be. If not, you could always just fill this background layer with something else, a different picture. But quite happy with that. So Control T again. Just make sure I'm completely filling this here. See, both in that are a little bit distorted, but it doesn't matter too much. And just like regular Photoshop, if I wanted to do some adjustments, I could do them from here. We could have a look at the curves and see if we can bring some of the brightness out of this highlight away, but that particular bit of highlight is actually blown out. You're not going to recover that. So just drag it down and see if we get anything at all back. Yeah, got a little bit back. Got a little bit back, not much, but we'll go with that. Control and I will invert that layer mask. And if you use a brush tool, all the tools work in a normal way you would in Photoshop. And I'm just going to paint on it just to highlight up here. See if we can bring it down a little bit. So you're barely going to see this in any kind of true form. It's just going to whiz by the screen. So that's that. You've got a couple of options here. You could add some motion, some pan and zoom. We're not going to do any of that for this particular image. And you could affect the playback rate, 50%. Nope, I'm not going to do anything like that. So right now, the only thing I'm going to do is we could add volume now as well if we want to add an audio track to make this play. Not going to do any of that just now, but if you do add audio, try and make sure it aligns the start and finish of any audio track you add starts and ends at the same time as your video. Otherwise, it just looks silly. So that's it. You then want to go to File. You want to export this file, export, and come all the way down to where it says Render Video. So File, Export, Render Video, and click. And this is going to take a minute or two now. Now inside here, frame rate, you can slow this down if you wanted to. So at the moment it's 23.976. If we went down to say 15 frames a second, it would slow it down, make it a bit more juddery. 23.976, that's the web standard. We'll keep that. We've got a document size is HD at high quality, and there's nothing else you'll need to do on there. If the first 10 frames, you see it went all the way up to 611. That's included frame 0, so it's actually from number 1 to 611. So I'm not sure why it does that. And then click on render. See, this is going to take a minute or two to render, so while that's happening in the background, let's just come back to me. Now, I'm not sure if I'm showing in this broadcast or not. I may be, not. And I'm not sure if the volume's working in this, although I'm getting an indicator to say it is working. So we'll just quickly do this, upload it to YouTube, and happy for people to put comments on just to see if this is a watchable experience. So staying on Photoshop just now. It is going to take a minute or two. While it's doing that, I'll just quickly look at my phone. Now I'm going to turn on Q&A, which is probably not wise, but let's just put it on anyway. It says it's disabled, so maybe not able to do Q&A. And there's me, giving you a little wave here. I actually don't know if that's me waving to you or not. Probably, well, it is me, but I don't know if you're seeing it. And the one drawback of doing something live is if there is a time scale attached to it, we just have to sit through that time scale. Probably about halfway through the render. It does speed up a little bit towards the end, so we're maybe just a bit more than halfway. Just a quick check at the emails to see if I did in fact win the lottery last night. That would be nice. Discover that live on YouTube. And no, but I do have a Starbucks reward, which is almost like winning the lottery. Not quite. I'll just get rid of some of these emails while I'm sitting with you here. Okay, we're well over the halfway mark now, so hopefully not too long. I'm recording multiple here. I'm recording the audio separate in a headset. I'm recording the webcam. So if you're seeing me just now, it's because I'm being recorded in the webcam. And I've also got screen recording software going. Although I'm not separately recording this now, but that software is going as well. And all that's added together, even though I've got a computer with 16 gigabytes of RAM, I've got 2 gigabytes of NVIDIA Quadra graphics. Even with all that power, it still lags when you're doing live stuff because the video is being made, it's been rendered, i.e. what you're seeing is being rendered. Forget what you're seeing on the screen in Photoshop, that's a separate kind of set of rendering, and it's being uploaded to the YouTube servers. So it's a lot of processing. It's maybe not going to work live for this type of video, but it will work live for a normal edit, i.e. a portrait. So we're up to about 60, I'm guessing, maybe 80%. And as soon as this video is rendered, we will be able to go to the folder. Now, the only thing is I didn't give it a name, which was probably silly. So I may have a video with just an untitled would be the name, but that's okay. Because it's the only untitled one I'll have, it'll be fine, it'll stand out. In fact, if I go into my bridge just now, you're not seeing this. Let's just have a quick look, see if untitled is there. Yep, it's been there, it's just been rendered. We're almost there with it. tiny little bit to go, and that'll be done. And we're about 98%, 99%. We're almost there. Okay, that looks like we're there. So I'm just going to quickly lift this video up. Now I have to make sure that you can see it. So give me a wee second. And hopefully. So let's start sharing this. Right, let's take it back to the start. And this is the result, 611 images. And you can see how just darkening up this little bit has helped. It's not quite so blown out. And you can play this on a loop, or you can play it to music. But these are the elements you need in your time lapse. You need things where they're, I'm going to play that again and then pause it. To make your time lapse, you want your camera static. You want your shutter speed to be fast enough that it's freezing motion. So, you know, I was shooting this in a 20-40-70. I had my shutter speed at 1/125th. That's enough just to take a nice still picture. The other settings you adjust according to your scene. I think I had 200 ISO, and I think that was about it. I don't think I changed much else. Yep, shutter speed 1/125, ISO 200, and I think I was on about f8, might be f11. I think it was f8. Everything needed to be a bit sharp, nothing close up, no depth of field issues. So what you want is your camera static, so that's a tripod or a tabletop or somewhere, but static tripod. And you want a scene where there's going to be lots of movement. Now, if you look at the scene here, we had barges coming from this bridge and going under that bridge. Other barges just coming from the left of the scene going right. We had traffic. There's a set of traffic lights just up here. Actually, a couple of sets. And we had pedestrians. So all these elements together make for a good time lapse. So if we have a look at it just now, you can see any single part. We've even got the boat moving just with the water here. So yep, that's how we do. And I've got this turned on repeat. And you can just sit and watch this barge floating about all afternoon if you want. On a loop, and I'll just keep going back to the start, starting over again. Now you could put it on a loop and turn it into a GIF. Again, this is quite nice. So there you go. That's how to make a time-lapse video in Photoshop and stringing it together for a nice video output.